Hi there, Claire Kennedy here. Just wanted to hop on here as a quick follow-up to the previous video when we were looking at layering using transparent and opaque paints. Partly because I still had the paint on my palettes and I hate wasting paint, but also because I just wanted to quickly show you another, easy way really of adding layers and interest to your painting. Now I've got some tools here. I've got some couple of cocktail sticks, and these are, actually not quite sure what these are. I think they are something to do with sewing or maybe even leather work. I'm not sure, but anyway, they are pretty sharp. This here is a sort of bamboo quill type pen I picked up in the art shop ages ago. And we're going to use these to scratch through wet paint to reveal the layers underneath. So I've got here dried two of the colours that we used in the previous video. This was the Pyrrol Orange and this was the transparent red iron oxide. So these are dry, you have to have your bottom layer dry or else everything's going to mix. And I'm going to use this, you'll know now if you watched the previous video, the Titan Green Pale. And I'm just going to put a nice layer of this on top of my orange here. Obviously the bottom layer has to be dry or else it will all mix together. That's the beauty of acrylic paints, is they dry so fast. So you can do all this layering. And then you can just get your tools and scratch through like this. Cocktail sticks have quite nice, precise lines. These little very sharp tools, I quite like them. I don't know if you see it so easily with the camera there, but they give really quite thin little scratchy, you can do some cross hatching, thin little scratchy lines. I quite like using these ones. Or you could write on it. I mean, endless possibilities really, and this is a technique that I use in all of my paintings really. So I really like that sort of scratchy look beside a quieter area. It's a bit like sort of excavating the painting in a way for hidden layers, because you're never really sure what's underneath at any given point. You've got an idea, but you're never 100% sure. And then what you can do is, if you feel that's too contrasty and it's too much, your next layer, you can push them back a little bit with an opaque layer or opaque glaze. But this is quite a nice way of adding a bit of interest. Now for this one, I think with that colour of paint, a nice contrasting colour is going to be a bit sort of chalky pale blue. I'm going to mix up one here. I'm going to layer this quite thickly. Now for this, I'm going to get my hairdryer out. I don't want to dry it completely. I just want to dry the very sort of top little layer of it. So quick dry. Now that's not dry, but it's a bit slightly tacky. Because in this one, I'm going to use my ruler, because recently I've really quite enjoyed making straight lines. I don't think you might not be able to see that. The reason I let it dry a little bit is because I don't want smudge marks from my ruler to show through. So you have to sort of judge it. But there's something quite nice about straight lines and angles when you contrast that against maybe a slightly more loose area, something quite nice about that, sort of geometric almost. You could even get a compass out and do circles. Something quite nice about that. And what you could do here, I suppose if you wanted to, I'm going to get my hairdryer out again. It's going to dry this. So what you could do here, if you wanted to, would be put another layer on top, like we did in the first video. Brush a little dry. You could get your colour from underneath and brush it along the top. And this has quite a nice effect because your transparent colour, I don't know if you can see it up there, but the transparent colour sort of collects in those scratches, which gives quite a nice look. It kind of darkens them a little bit. And you could go back in and scratch again your new colour. So you've got then the second layer showing through. Quite subtle, but really nice. And in this one, say you wanted to push back this, I've written this big sgraffito, maybe you decide, actually, I don't want that to stand out quite so prominently. And you can just go back in with your colour over the top once it's dry. Push back areas, you might want to keep some areas, push back others. You might want to totally obliterate some areas, that's fine. Or you might want to kind of half obliterate, and then you can get your paper like I showed you in the first video. Lift that up. So you've got a kind of, it's kind of peeking through slightly, you know? So lots of things you can play with there, and it's just really another way of getting that layered effect with your acrylic paints. So I hope you enjoy playing around with this. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time where we're going to have a look at glazing. Okay, bye for now.